Well, it is starting to happen. You know how it starts with a snowball. Gets a small snowball, and it rolls down the hill. It acquires more snow, more momentum. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it finally crashes in, and it's a big ball to destruction. Well, I mean, the evangelical movement, for a long time, we've been saying that how can the movement that represents Jesus Christ align itself with Donald Trump? We had Frank Schaeffer, the son of one of the founders of the right, come out with several books really hitting the right because of how corrupt it has really gotten. We take a look at how they have a support for Trump, who's a rapist, who is a thief, who is a xenophobe, sexist, you name it. No one can understand why they support him. Why is it that these guy leaders so often support him? Well, slowly people are moving on. And you know what? With the Harris campaign and Evangelicals for Harris taking shape, we have another prominent person that made her voice heard using her name that is powerful in the evangelical movement. And that's none other than the granddaughter of Billy Graham. I mean, her name is I don't know how to pronounce her name very well. It's Jerushah Duford. Jerushah Duford, who is Billy Graham's daughter. I want you to listen to what she has to say, and then we'll take it on the other side.
My name is Jerushah Duford, and I'm grateful to have an opportunity to join you tonight. Thank you to everyone who joined this call to discuss a pivotal point in our country's future. You know, I was thinking this morning that if you told me 10 years ago that I would be taking an active role in politics, I'd have laughed. But then I had to stop and realize this is so much more than politics. My role began in 2016 when a man bragged about assaulting women. Various leaders of my faith then propped up this man as a poster boy for godly manhood and leadership. This broke my heart as I have watched, quite frankly, for the last 8 years, people who were curious about Jesus and his teachings done a 180 and walked in the other direction from my faith. Isaiah talks about an oak whose leaves wither and a garden going without water. These things happen slowly, over time. First, people professing the Lord made excuses for the lack of kindness. Then for the name-calling. Soon it was making excuses for assault. Then it became making excuses for January 6th and now making excuses for convicted assault and 34 felonies. The oak leaves don't wither overnight, and I'm terrified to think of how far this turning our head the other way and making excuses will take our country, but more importantly, our witness to the world. One of my grandfather's favorite verses was Micah 6:8. What an incredible reminder of what the Lord requires of us: to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly. I've always stated that my president doesn't have to be a Christian, but I am and will be watching for my faith leaders support actions that reflect mercy, justice, and humility, and for my faith leaders to rebuke actions that are the antithesis of that. Voting Kamala for me is so much greater than policies. It's a vote against another 4 years of faith leaders justifying the actions of a man who destroys the message Jesus came to spread. And that is why I get involved in politics. I'm a therapist, and I try to leave my clients with what I call committed action steps. And the following are the ones I'd love for you to take with me. First, pray. Pray for the faith leaders in our country to take a stand for justice, mercy, and humility. Second, pledge. Take the Evangelicals for Harris pledge on our website, evangelicalsforharris.com. And lastly, service. Go perform actions of service in your neighborhood or community, and then come back and share your story with the Evangelicals for Harris campaign. Thanks for listening to me.
I don't think it could be any clearer. I like the way she went after all those false prophets, and she actually used Isaiah, a book in the Bible, to make the case. You know, a lot of these guys would like to make Trump into their second Messiah, and somehow having been saved from an assassination attempt even was a signal that showed that this guy was the prophet of God. That's what some of them believe, that he has free reign. People. Your pastors were paid a good sum to keep you guys completely completely fooled and going against everything you believe in. Good job. Very good job, Miss Duford. I think people like you, as more of you come out, it will make a difference.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.